Deal me in, and welcome to the deck of long lost things. My name is Philip, and I am the Dungeon Master for this D&D 2024 adventure. Starting with this new rulebook that came out, and that I'm just going to go ahead and undercut everything we're trying to do with this campaign by saying I have a lot of issues with. Not a home run in this guy's opinion. I know we're trying.
I'm doing the same, Philip.
I'm just, I gotta be honest. I gotta keep it real. And you'd think a book this important would be written a little more clearly at times. Anyway, my name's Philip. I'm the Dungeon Master, and I am surrounded by our wonderful lineup of players. Say, deal me in, players.
Deal me in, players.
Deal me in, players.
There's something so interesting. Deal us in.
Oh, sure.
No, what were you saying?
Players.
Oh.
Instead of players. Never mind.
I see what
Sorry.
you're saying.
I'll see myself out.
No, you don't have to.
I know.
I think we're...
I got your joke, and then I did it too, so then I feel the shame too, so it's fine.
Same shame.
But you emotionally validated me like you said you would. I appreciate that. We're off to a good start.
You said you would.
Just like you said you would. So tonight's game, I'm doing a different thing here where I'm going to be titling these in a sort of generic way unless it's clear what's coming. And tonight I kind of know what's going on. But tonight's game is titled Chapter 1, Lost in the Shuffle. What could that mean? Well, we will soon find out. In any event, though this is our first session, we did have a session 0 for this game. And some of you watching this, whether live or later on, might have joined us for that when we met these 6 fascinating adventurers whose lives were shaped by the cards they drew from magic decks. Whether, I think, Luck, you alone drew from the deck of many things, whereas Tenacity and Kha'rack both drew from the deck of strange things, while Cobalt, Zeely, and Wappa drew from the deck of secret things. All of your lives were changed by these draws. And we are going to sort of see where things have brought you to as we start this new game. I think that if you all want to, and if you don't specifically remember, I can quickly look it up for you. I might just mention what card each of you drew. Tenacity, do you remember the name of the card you drew?
Yes, the Lovers.
You drew the Lovers from the deck of strange things, which caused 2 people to believe their happiness and their devotion was entirely contingent upon your unhappiness, and that has led to a very interesting life for you over the past several years. Zeely, do you remember which card, the name of the card you drew?
The Tempter. The
Tempter, from the deck of secret things, which...
I hardly know her.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Which caused a figure to appear and offer you a choice, which you accepted. And as of now, you have gained some benefits from, but you've yet to have the bill come due for whatever it is you've received. Cobalt Rainsilver, do you remember which card you drew?
I drew the Seer, I believe.
The Seer, I hardly near. And you...
Now that's just too far, Philip.
And
inappropriate on all levels.
Good. Welcome. Hey everyone, you should know what this game's gonna be like. I just said to all of them that this game, I want the tone to be different. I want it to be more serious, and I want just one game, and I say this with love, to not just be a bunch of idiots. So we'll see how long that lasts. I don't count. I'm not on the team. I can do whatever I want. You guys have to be serious. I can do whatever I need.
Who's setting the tone here? Who's setting the tone?
Literally couldn't get through the intro.
Couldn't get to the intro. When have I ever? We're on schedule. Wa'apa, do you remember which card you drew?
Yes, I drew the 4 of Swords, otherwise known as the Mercenary.
The Mercenary from that deck of secrets, which gave you an opportunity, one that you did not collect on. You could have been a very rich Goliath, if only you'd landed the most important hit of your life.
He moved at the last minute. It's not fair.
Luck.
Didn't say he was gonna dodge.
Luck,
do
you remember what card you drew by name?
Watashi wa Star.
Star. It was the Star indeed, for the deck of many things. Although in this world we did a slightly more sort of intriguing backstory version rather than if anybody draws that card in game, it will be the more standard effect. But I had some slight different ones for character creation that could kind of give you a little stuff. So you got a little toy out of that. Congratulations. And Kha'rack, do you remember the name of your card?
Wheel of Fortune.
Ryan Seacrest showed up right now.
Can I say my prophecy that you wrote for me?
You may share that prophecy or never share that prophecy with anyone. That is entirely
you're right.
up to you.
I forgot I can do that. Yeah.
You don't have to share any of your backstory information at any point, or if you want to, you could publicly say it now. Yeah.
Or you could just say it to one person later.
Or you could just tell one person. Yeah, exactly. Very true. Very true.
That's some bullshit. Come on, where's the musketeer spirit?
Boo. Boo. I
All
don't
for
feel
one, one for
supported.
all.
I
Come
don't
on.
feel emotionally supported right now.
No, emotionally abandoned right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that means we have some character dynamics at work already, and y'all ain't even met yet. Some of you might have here and there, but we'll get to that. But I think if we're ready to go, I'm going to jump into today's game. However, there is a little fun thing that's going to happen with this campaign. It's kind of going to be an amuse-bouche of sorts. Would any of you like to pick a deck? Say deck of secrets, a deck of strange things, secret things, strange things, or many things.
Many things. Many things.
Many
$1.
thing?
Secrets. Secrets are so fun.
Secrets are so fun.
Yeah, secrets is good.
Secrets. All the guys said secrets.
Why? Why though?
No good reason. Who cares?
Yeah, nothing good ever comes from this.
No one's telling to stop. Just draw one, as you will.
Oh no.
No. Somebody tell everyone to stop.
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 Start.
You can reveal it if you'd like. Actually, you must reveal it. This one's not optional. Please reveal it.
Hold on.
Wait, is that
You can upside down it.
down?
Hold on, everyone.
Transmuter.
The Transmuter card. This card is the one of stars representing the fire element. It represents a new discovery, the coming of unexpected things, unforeseen consequences, and chaos. Alignment, chaotic good. What a fitting card for our
I feel
opening.
like
Legit.
every card was that, and that's just how you're revealing whatever fucking twist was. I don't believe it was a real deck. That is, oh god, I have a stomach ache.
That's not the. Oh, should I tell you guys what the? Should I tell you what the effect is? Were you to draw that from a deck?
Sure.
Yeah.
You are transformed into a creature of the GM's choice that is a challenge rating equal or lower to your level or challenge rating. You retain all mental abilities and mental stats, but otherwise you're completely changed. And you can probably talk, even if this creature couldn't talk, just for, efficacy. So basically that would have just turned you into something.
I'm upset that I didn't get that one.
There's a lot. You're going to be upset you didn't get a lot of them. Yeah.
I could have been like a freaking raccoon or something.
Do we decide the animal? Do we decide the
What's
animal
that?
that we are, or do you?
We would have rolled the whole thing randomly. I would have rolled
Oh my
creature type
God.
and on the list. Yeah.
I could have been a chipmunk, like one of those, like that show from the 90s.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Rescue Rangers?
No. Yeah, that's the one.
The enthusiasm deficit between Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Rescue Rangers was considerable.
Fuck Alvin. Yeah, Rescue Ranger.
Yeah, that's
Hell
pretty
yeah,
good.
Chip and Dale. All right.
All
Chip and Dale.
They're like the pussy posse for cartoon animals.
Basically, apparently, yeah.
We all know each other.
With like the what posse?
Do you
what
not
did I
know
hear?
the pussy? Do you not know the pussy posse? Wait,
I'm
am I
unfamiliar
saying
with the
that
pussy
right?
posse.
You're saying it. Believe me, you're saying it right. KJ is losing it. KJ's losing it.
It's a pop culture reference.
It is.
I actually don't know who's in it exactly. It's like Tobey Maguire, Leonardo DiCaprio, and then some
Those
other
are
people.
not the names that I thought were gonna come out of your mouth.
Really?
I
No,
thought
that
they
was
were
it. Yeah,
to
and
be
like
women.
Edward Furlong, right? Wasn't he in it? And like,
And then I just know that the brother from Teen Witch who goes, "You're a dog,
Yep,
a dog."
yeah.
He's in it. I don't know his name.
it's,
No. This makes a lot more sense. We were talking about cartoons from the 90s. When you said Pussy Posse, I was like, what cartoon show was that? I missed that one.
Yeah, it came
I
out.
grew up with.
This is
different
totally
It
different.
was
okay
actually a
with that.
show about a bunch of cats, and it was very cute. And then somebody realized there were some terms that They were.
It was very cute, and every single dad watched it. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, all right. Let's go ahead and feel those feelings. We have set our tone with the transmuter, which, as KJ says, sounds like the description of every single card. It genuinely isn't. I didn't come up with those card descriptions, by the way. That's from the Taroka deck if you buy it. So we are now going to cast our minds to a part of the world called the Skeleton Keys. This is a chain of islands off the Gem Coast, where there is a good deal of trade, a good deal of agriculture and farming. The production of rum is especially pronounced here. A lot of sugarcane grown turned into delicious rum, as well as lots of fun sweet treats. But let's face it, it's mostly the rum. There is piracy. Let's just all be clear. There are pirates hiding out in these many islands off the coast of the Gem, of the Gem Coast. But for the most part, this is not an area that is particularly sort of wild or lawless. There are other coastal regions that are incredibly dangerous, where they're basically, kleptocracies, where it's just pirate rule over everything. But here there are larger trading conglomerates that tend to kind of keep things in balance, one of which is perhaps not the largest in the region, but one of the most stable, or at least it was until many years ago, and then they've made some odd decisions. It's called the Hadean Trading Fleet, based, as so many of the larger businesses are, off of Throne Key, one of the larger islands here in the Skeleton Keys. That's not where we're going to be going to today, however. We're going to be starting on a key that is probably of particular closeness to Kha'rack's heart. We are going to Key Rogue. A harder to access, a slightly harder to access island that is, for this area, probably the seat of the least scrupulous and least observed behaviors. The sort of whatever private, kind of navies patrol for each individual trading company, they don't really go to Key Rogue unless they might need to find someone who can do something special, who can cook up a come in with some special skills. You all have journeyed to Key Rogue. Some of you might hang out here most of the time. For others, it is your very first time off the mainland. Because you have all either heard or been directly invited to a gathering in a graveyard on the high ground of the Key. You were to meet at midnight, or those who wish to discuss the matter of the magical decks. Obviously, these magical decks are something that is close to all of your hearts. Some of you resent your encounter with one of these cards. Others of you might actually have fond feelings for this and might be interested in finding out how one could, engage with them more. Others might have more neutral feelings, and whether it is a desire to undo what has been done, a desire to do more, or simple curiosity. None of you are able to resist. Tell of this meeting, this midnight meeting on Key Rogue, to discuss these magical decks. Who among you think that this is an island you visit? Some of you I know are fairly based in these Skeleton Keys pretty regularly. Who thinks they come to Key Rogue a lot? I think you two would especially be in this area a good bit. So you are going to be very familiar with this. Finding the graveyard in question is not going to be difficult. It is by one of the villages there. I'm sorry, my sheet is so long. I'm really gonna need to adjust some things here. Oh yeah. It is not in the village of Thief Point, but it is not far from it. It's probably the closest area. It is it's kind of a sort of a pauper's grave area. There are many buried here. They are sort of given very simple headstones just of wood, driftwood, and typically those all sort of rot away, so who is buried here is uncertain. Palm trees sit over it, and under the moonlight it kind of has a sort of eerie energy, although the moon and stars are very bright here, unless of course there's weather, which there very often is. So this graveyard, not far from Thief Point, it's easy for Wa'apa and Kha'rack to get there. For Luck and Cobalt, is this an island you probably don't frequent quite as much?
Yeah, I've been there, a handful of times.
Or once or twice, yeah.
Handful of times, once or twice. Would you two give me a survival check? Let's just see how well you can kind of follow the directions you know to kind of get there without requiring any assistance.
18 overall.
18 overall. Cobalt?
A 2.
A 2. Kha'rack and Wa'apa, you find your way where you're going without any difficulty. Cobalt, you also make it there without trouble. Luck will come back to you soon. Tenacity, do you think you would know the location of this particular graveyard on this particular island, or would you need to do some figuring out of where you're going once you put boots on the shores of Kha'rack?
I don't think she would go anywhere completely blind. Like, I don't know that she's been here before, but she would have arrived early to kind of scope the place out a bit.
Perfect. Give me a you can pitch another skill if this is not one of your thing, but I would say maybe an investigation, as you've just kind of put in the time ahead of time to figure out what you're doing.
No, that sounds right.
With deep regrets, I cannot object to that.
I wish I'd pick a different dice. 15.
Well, with a 15, yes, you put in the time and find your way there, scouting ahead, going there under cover of night. Do you think you have a hood on? Are you?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're doing that whole thing. Zeely, this is an island that is new to you.
Yes.
As are all islands. How do you think you would find your way there? Would you simply ask someone? Would you try to overhear people talking? What do you think your strategy for finding this mentioned graveyard on this island would be?
I don't think it's good to try and listen to others' conversations, but I would ask someone.
Understood. Then give me a persuasion roll.
21.
21 is, yeah, you managed to talk someone into it. So Luck, are you wearing anything awesome right now as you arrive at this place? Once you set foot on the island.
No, I have my precious cargo safely stowed.
Understood.
It's probably very distracting.
You're thinking about it a lot, okay?
Oh yes.
So perhaps that explains why your sort of attempts to simply find this place on your own did not go quite so well. You're not able to sort of locate it out, and with a 2, I'll say that your walking around in the night draws a little late, and you're beginning to fear that you might...
I'm going to miss it.
You might miss it. However, out of the shadows is a cloaked figure.
Oh, okay.
And as she sort of emerges here under the night, she kind of pauses to see this tiefling. Actually, would you go ahead and describe yourself? Let's say what she sees.
A tall tiefling with sort of skin the color of like the reflection of the moon, and just gorgeous complexion, just absolutely immaculate skin. Um, very beautiful. Very, very anxious.
Very anxious. Well,
Lots of like. It's gone past the glow, and there's definitely some beads of sweat that are starting.
and
to
it is
happen.
it is a fairly hot night. Like the breeze is kind of, it's kind of a
Yeah.
very humid.
Yeah.
But as sort of this figure sort of sees you in the shadows, and you can tell, I think you're familiar with it. There is a certain kind of like catenary hang between the hood that implies to you this is a horned individual. And you think it is probably a tiefling.
Excuse me, miss. I'm sorry. I've been going all around the island. I've been to 3 different graveyards. They really don't like it here when you go and interrupt someone being buried. So I am looking for this ceremony. I'm wondering if you might be able to give me directions.
I think I know the graveyard you speak of. What is your name, friend?
Luck.
Luck. Well, it doesn't seem you've had much of it tonight, have you?
Well, it's been a very long, dry streak, but it's looking up.
As she kind of steps closer to you in the moonlight, her skin seems crimson, and she has sort of the facial features you normally see with the infernal tieflings. But she kind of looks at you for a moment and says, "I think we are going to the same place. Come, Luck. You can follow me."
Okay.
And she kind of just carries on. Luck, to your understanding, you seem to be going too close to the coast as she leads you wherever it is you're going.
I always get mixed up. Well, yeah, is there anyone, does she have any, hidden companions around?
Sure, do a perception check. I will say that you have dark vision for 60 feet. So let's go ahead and do a perception check. Oh, whoa, we all saw what you just rolled. So you're rolling on D&D Beyond? You're just clicking? We all saw your 1. That's pretty fun.
Don't I have something about a 1 as well, though?
You do. Your starting feature is, in fact, so you can, I believe that you can, that an attack roll you could do a thing to do, but
oh, it's an attack roll.
You could oh no, you can't re-roll. That's the deal. Yeah. The luck points are to give yourself advantage beforehand. I thought you did have something for a
I thought I remembered something about like
a luck thing. Is it a
like a yeah.
Oh no, it's in your it's your item. You've got to attune to that.
Oh, am I attuned to it?
Well, you know what? If you're not wearing it, yes, you are not. It is not active. That is true. So since you don't have it on, you do not have that feature. Good point.
Oh, I'm kicking myself for not having it on now.
There you go. Well, it's you're still learning. But yes, it is. I think it is the feature, right? It is the
topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
Oh,
once per day. But if you're not wearing the mask, it will not function. You have to have it on. So, you sadly cannot see anything. The night feels too dark, despite your dark vision of your tiefling stuff. But fortunately for you, if she has companions hiding just in the shadows, just 60 feet away, they don't rob and kill you. So that's exciting. And you emerge.
Gotta take what you can get.
Exactly. You enter this graveyard where you see there are several other figures, perhaps standing, spaced out here or there. Tenacity, would you describe yourself?
Pale pink skin, also pink hair, but white horns. The ones that kind of not like the ram, but they go back and then point out here,
Sure.
so that the hood still makes sense. Yeah, a little short, I guess. And then cloak, yeah.
Cloak, perfect. I think we'll just go ahead. You're all here by now because Luck was definitely the last arrival. We'll go across the top. Zeely, would you describe yourself?
Yes. Imagine, if you can, a tall young woman with long dark hair and pale skin. She has really kind of pale silvery eyes and kind of a glow aura around her, but just very faint.
The kind you often see on the Azamara Angeline. I'll also mention, would you say what you're wearing?
Yes.
Because it's pretty serious what she's wearing because of some stuff.
I'm wearing. You all think it's very cool. Suit of armor.
Yeah, full plate.
Oh yeah.
And she also has a weapon on her back that is pretty serious looking too.
Can I say it?
Sure, if you want to.
And I have a labrys, like a double-sided axe.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
She's got, and
Good question.
there's a holy symbol on her chest as well. Yes, I know you're raising your hand, Jed.
Sorry. Just what color is the aura that you have on you?
What color do you think you glow?
Can you see?
You said you have an aura, so I just assume we can see it.
Yeah. So I was just asking you. But it is Philip, what is my
Gold
aura color?
gold is frequent, but some have more silvery auras. Some who are driven by, actually, you know what, based on your deity, I think it's gold.
Oh, it is it's gold.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you
Very
go.
cool.
And then there is another person who is maybe glowing ever so slightly. And this, for the record, you guys can always kind of like suppress your glow if you need to, but out here, you're probably not too much, whatever. Would you describe yourself, Mr. Rain Silver?
Yes. Cobalt Rain Silver is. He's wearing. What is it? I don't ever use his armor actually. So what is it again? He's wearing a chain shirt. So armor, but not quite as thick with it as the other one.
Yeah.
Robust.
Yeah, exactly. He's got like a shield, a sword, a couple weapons there. He is about 5'11". He's got like blonde hair. It's like kind of like all just about shoulder length, like long enough to tie back if he needs to. He's got like piercing blue eyes that kind of glow in the dark almost. Like Neil McDonough, but even like more like blue and glowy. You know what I mean? And then also you can just tell like I'm gonna read this. He's just really hot. Like he's like the kind of hot where like he's really hot in general, but like when he's like that like if you were to be like dirty like after a few days or like after a fight or something or after like adventuring, somehow it'd be upsettingly even hotter.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you can follow Dan at Steinbergler if you want to kind of like just he can read you little stories about how hot someone is. It's a real on the Quinn app. Is that where you do it? What's that called? Is that the thing?
I wish I should get on that. Yeah.
All right. So there are a couple of.
Do you have a glow?
Yeah. What color is your aura? I suppose that is a good question.
No aura right now. The most glowing thing right now are just his eyes.
So almost blue. We'll kind of circle around here. Kha'rack, would you like to describe yourself?
Yes. What do the religious folk of this world wear? Like the priest equivalents, a holy person.
Yes. Well, it would depend on absolutely. Do you think you are dressed in one of these sort of draconic deities, or are you dressed
Whatever could obscure me the best.
Understood. So kind of like the equivalent of like a nun's habit vibe, sort of vibe. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, anything that's like, not like a mini skirt.
Yes, understood. I think then, yes, you are wearing for this region. It probably seems kind of heavy, but you are probably wearing a large sort of black frock. That would indicate that you are, although it has some kind of like metallic dangles hanging on it here and there. That indicates that you are a God, don't you guys worry, I can find the name of this religious deity, no sweat. This would be Hachon, would be the king of metallic dragons, the sort of deity of the metallic dragons. And since you are also a metallic dragon, you've kind of taken the most traditional dragon garb you could, such that you sort of blend in kind of nicely.
No.
No.
Can I say no to you?
Absolutely.
No, I hate religion.
Oh.
I owe people money on this island, and
Okay.
I do not want to be seen. So,
I didn't think you like religion. I thought you were just choosing the thing where you'd blend in the most easily. But it's not religion.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So I killed a person of a pious person
Okay.
of the church.
Sure.
To stole their garb, and I am wearing it around. And so it's that thing, and I have yellow eyes.
Understood.
I don't have hair, it's just kind of scales and some protrusions throughout. And really, really slender but muscular. I almost could slither under a door, but I could also seem like I could do 100 push-ups. No, actually, I don't have the strength.
Do you have dex?
I'm more agile.
Do you have dexterity?
I don't. Yeah.
You look. We get your build. Yeah. You do look like you're kind of wiry in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Wiry. Yes, that's a good one.
Perfect. All right, so in a stolen priest frock that you both are wearing to hide, but you also hate, is kind of the energy. So you hate what you're wearing.
It has some blood on it, but you can't really see it because it's black.
That's a nice thing. Perfect. Okay. Jed, we all know what luck looks like. So Jed, would you take us home?
Yeah. Papa, he's 6'5", like 240 or something like that. Like big guy, Goliath person. He's got like silver skin. You see these like sailor tattoos all over his body. His eyes are yellow. And his hair, what hair he has, pretty sparse, but what hair he has is white. He's older, I would say, probably than most everybody in this group.
You all can say your
like
ages if you would like to, by the way, just for context.
Well, do Goliaths have a normal human lifespan, or is it different?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's find out. Let's find out together.
We figure this out. Things I should have looked up beforehand.
Things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday. They don't. I don't think they don't say anymore. So I'm gonna say everyone.
Less than a century.
Yeah, that's Centurion thing. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
wait, where is that?
He's like in it. I just looked it up I just googled it. Whatever.
Oh, you googled it. Okay, gotcha. I don't. It's not in the book. Guys, this book. I'm telling you guys. It's fine. All right. So
but he's like 50, right?
So old.
He's like,
oh my gosh, so old is 50.
Yeah. Okay, Goliath.
Yeah. So he's like.
Tenacity's like 28.
28. There you go.
Kha'rack is 40.
Cobalt's also 28.
No, thank you.
I look timeless.
Timeless AF. Okay, cool. So There are a few other figures here besides those, but Luck, you certainly notice them. But one person who you see standing kind of off to one side, sort of in a cloak, but with the hood down, and not wearing any boots, so they're sort of their scaly feet are just kind of out there, and their garb is kind of they're sort of giving like castaway vibes. They sort of seem like someone who might have spent a long time alone on one of the many islands out here, or maybe someone who just kind of prefers to comb the beaches. But it is a dragonborn. One that is, I'm going to say, certainly unknown to Zeely, probably Tenacity, and Cobalt as well. Luck, you spend most of your time in the Skeleton Keys, right?
Yeah. Well,
it is possible you would have seen this person. Wappa and Kha'rack, this is probably a figure you have witnessed on some occasions. This is a black-scaled dragonborn, in this kind of, sort of this kind of castaway garb, kind of tattered clothing, but with a very fine sword at his side. I think I would like for Wappa, Luck, and Kha'rack to all give me a history roll. I know that you're very good at these, but you're not for around here.
Oh, man.
Which one do I roll with for that?
Oh, yes. Oh, goodness. Yeah, welcome to D&D, by the way. So, you're going to grab your D20. It is the one that has triangle sides and the more sides. Yeah. The D12 is kind of similar, so don't shortchange yourself and roll a D12.
Okay. 11.
11. And do you have a modifier for that? If you look at your sheet, if you look next to history, you'll see if you get to add anything to that or not.
I'm on the thing. I just don't.
Understood. So if there's that column that says the skills, it starts with acrobatics, kind of in the middle.
Maybe don't have that.
Does your
Oh, there we go.
Cool. Yeah. So look down to history.
I was in a limited view of it.
Oh, understood. Okay. Perfect.
To history?
To history, if you have any bonus.
+1.
+1. Okay, so you have a 12. Not bad. Luck, I know you did not fare well, so we're just going to say you have never actually encountered this person. Wappa, how did you do? Are you, Jed, how did you
I'm sorry.
history?
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will say that Kha'rack alone even has ever seen this figure before. I think, Wappa, if you have, you just don't remember him. Luck, you've probably never even encountered him. But I think Kha'rack would recognize this as a dragonborn known as Acid Frost. Although Kha'rack probably does not know any sort of further details of this figure's life. But so Kha'rack, it is Acid Frost. You at least know his name, this dragonborn. Okay. But it's kind of as Luck and this other tiefling walk in here, and the tiefling, she kind of seeing you there, she kind of just scans around. Actually, this tiefling, you're making the heart sign. You're sitting like this. This tiefling, as she enters, she looks at you, Kha'rack, and gives you a nod, and you actually recognize her. Her name is this is a sort of another rogue type individual. Her name is Restitution. And you've probably encountered her before here or there. She is an infernal tiefling. She probably does not come over and stand near you, but she kind of just takes a position sort of around and gives you some kind of thieves' cant kind of nod or sign of oh yeah, let's what is this all about? A few moments pass, and then Acid Frost. Oh yeah, go ahead, Cobalt.
So I don't remember. I can't recall if you said that. But how many people are here as we're kind of waiting and people are pulling up?
The 6 of you are here, as well as this tiefling who it seems. Basically, Kha'rack is the only person who sort of knows anyone else's name here. There's this dragonborn and this tiefling. There are 3 or 4 other people around. I'm not going to go into who they are because I'm going to try to do
it's not like a huge gathering.
No. It is a little over 10, maybe 12 total.
Okay.
12 max, a dozen. I would say that Zeely looks the most, like, not from around here, but many of you could have traveled a ways, here. Well, Appa, your just general vibe and garb is probably like, yeah, you're and well, Kha'rack, given what you're wearing, you're hard to parse as well. But as you sort of stand there after kind of these last couple come in, and after a glance up at the sky, Acid Frost sort of stands and goes, That's midnight then. That'll be midnight. Well, guess you're all wondering why I spoke of this gathering to you all. Why I sort of summoned you all here today. Not that I summoned anyone in particular, but why I put feelers out. But you all know why you're here, don't you? Eh? You know why you're here?
Not really, no.
Do we?
Well, you know why, you know what rumor brought you here, you know what subject is here, so it's
Those are the cards.
Aye, the cards.
I mean, yeah, the vaguest sense of the term.
The cards. You've all drawn. Everyone here's drawn? Or have any of you just known someone who drew?
Do you have cards? Are we drawing cards? I mean, it's fine, we don't have to draw cards. I'm just saying, are we drawing cards?
Kind of Acid Frost, like, turns on you, and though he is maybe not quite actually, Dragonborn's gonna be fairly tall. He's a good deal shorter than you, but the look he gives you, and you are a professional fighter, the look he gives you is kind of scary, even to you. There's a like, oh, yikes. And this guy kind of just rounds on you and says, oh, you want to draw cards, do you? Oh, you think you've come here to draw a card, is that correct?
I'm here because I was invited. I didn't know that there were rules to this.
Who here?
I don't know.
Who here has come here to try
You want to draw a card?
To hope there is a deck to draw from. Is that what you want?
Kind of, I shrug.
I mean, if you're asking, yeah, okay. But I mean, like, I don't need to. Not a big deal. Whatever.
He kind of climbs up onto like a little rock and sort of looks back in the opposite direction of the nearest village, where you can still see some lights kind of, swinging in the breeze on the docks out there. It's probably a good maybe half mile away, but he points in the opposite direction, sort of up the coast. He says, any of you know what's there? What was there? Anyone? Again, I would say, Tenacity, you could roll for this as well, I suppose, since you've spent a good deal of time here, but I would say Tenacity, Wapi'ino, Luck, and Kha'rack also give me a history roll once again.
11.
11, okay.
There we go. 19.
19.
Oh, non-nat 20.
18.
Non-nat 2018, okay.
Oh, no, 19 with the modifier.
19 with modifier, perfect. So, with some 19s, some 20s, even in 11, Wapi'ino, you probably know that there was a village there a while back. But I think that the rest of you know that there was once a village there called Port Miser. A village that, several years ago, was destroyed. The entire place, when a meteor came flying out of the sky and impacted and just the entire port, the entire village, gone in an instant.
So is there just like a crater there now?
There is a lot of wreckage there, yes, and it's people just like kind of haven't gone there. It was some years ago, but it is considered a very unlucky place, and there's a lot of rumors about how someone must have taken some cursed gold, or someone must have, angered some elemental spirit in the sky, or someone did something to have caused that, because what I think Wapi'ino, Luck, even Wapi'ino knows, but what Tenacity, Luck, and Kha'rack, from any rumors you've heard of this place, everyone says that was not some, a village doesn't just get hit by a freak meteor like that. Something happened there. But he's pointing at it, at sort of the darkness, and you can tell, even though there's no light there, there is a heavy presence in that direction.
I mean, They used to have some good gambling over there. But, yeah. Been gone for a while.
Gone for a while. And what do you think destroyed it? Why do you think it's gone?
Because of the cards.
Because of
because
the cards.
It all kind of relates together, yes.
I drew 2 cards that night. The first, he pulls out a sword. The sword has this kind of bluish, cold glow, and all of you just in the proximity can feel, it's as if like a freezer door was opened. You feel like a rush of cold. This sword is clearly powerful and magical, and he sort of lifts it high. And Kha'rack, you might notice that restitution, just kind of eyes wide, of just like, ooh, gimme kind of vibe. But he sort of holds up. The first draw gave me this sword. They call it a frost brand. It protects you from flame and strikes with great accuracy. Why the fates gave me this, as punishment perhaps, for the next card I drew, summoned down a meteor from the sky which destroyed the whole village, leaving only me clutching this, barely clinging to life, protected by the cold. These cards are out there, carried by people who do what? Who have us draw from them for their amusement? To upend the world? Why? Why do they do this? What's the purpose of it? If you could do it again, would you draw a card? Or would you leave well enough alone? He sheathes his sword. As he kind of, looks at all of you, none of you sort of volunteering information on that point, he'll say, I will tell you then why I've gathered us here. I've caught wind of something. Something that makes the cards we've drawn look like the toys of a toddler. There is a new deck being formed. A deck of horrible, tremendous powers. Powers that should not be found. A deck of long lost things. It is my thought that these things should stay lost. Don't you agree?
I feel like we don't have a lot of control over the world. It's just sometimes you have to. No, okay. I'll be quiet. It's fine. Let's read the room. I get it.
Do you know the lost things?
The lost things. It could be anything. This is the problem with these cards. I don't understand how they are crafted, but I know there is someone who has designs on uncovering secrets.
I was at the back, kind of staying out of sight, but
Sure.
I'm moving. Hood is going down, and I'm moving closer and closer because I am. When he said that there's another deck, that really fascinated me, excited me.
What if it
Just-
recovers what you've lost?
What I've lost? No. It is not the dead of Port Miser this deck can recover. What is long lost are societies, structures, powers that were buried in ancient times. And they wish to bring them all back in the chaos of a magic deck, so that they could wield these powers again. To discover these ancient things? No. A deck like this, it will destroy the world, don't you understand?
Wait, and who's just be clear. Who's doing this? Is there like a person behind all this?
There is, but I do not know who they are. Perhaps it is one of you here, in fact. Perhaps one of you has come, wondering who's wondering about this.
You also said that you didn't know what the lost things were, so how do you know that they're societies?
I know that they are things. He kind of like he'll come to you, and there's he's very intense tenacity, and there's a sort of a kind of, you know, he seems a little unhinged.
Tenacity will take a step back and kind of reach for her dagger.
But as he's kind of approaching, he says, I don't know what they are, but I know that it is not mere trinkets, nothing you've lost in your life. It is things lost to the ages.
Alright. But do you think that the people that are crafting that deck know a lot about the cards in general?
Of course they do. They may have made these decks. This was all prologue, don't you understand? This is the deck they're crafting now.
Wait, just to be clear, we're talking about I can never remember her name, but Ziola, I want to say.
Yeah, Ziola. Yeah, for sure.
But we're talking about Ziola.
When you say Ziola, Zeely and Cobalt, this is a name you remember, or at least Cobalt you might remember. But that is the person, that is the fortune teller who let you draw from the deck, Ziola, an Azamar like yourself. But when you say that name, Acid Frost grows angry and says, she survived it too, and that I do not know how. I drew the card and everyone died, but I saw her again after that. She also escaped the wreckage and the destruction when she had me draw those cards.
I mean,
Can I do a perception check on everyone else?
You can what kind of check, Wappa?
I would like to see if everybody else recognized the name Ziola.
Understood. Is anyone attempting to hide their recognition of the name? Would anyone like to keep their faces sort of cold or whatever? Then go ahead and...
My face is cold because I just don't know it.
You just don't know it. Go ahead and... Cobalt, yes?
I'm trying to pretend like I remember.
You're trying to pretend... Okay. Cobalt, make a deception check then, I suppose.
22.
Okay. Wappa, go ahead and do an insight check as you look at all the faces, as you just kind of try to pick up on who knows the name. I must roll.
Yeah, 24 with a nat 20. What?
24 with a natural 20. You can tell that Kobold, Zeely, and Acid Frost definitely seem to. Cobalt seems to, but he seems to be trying to seem to. If that makes sense.
But does that mean I also recognize that, like, Luck and Tenacity and Kha'rack don't recognize her?
I'm going to say, since you had a 24, yeah, we'll go ahead and sort of say. Unless any of you want to make a deception check to just remain totally stony-faced, and you could conceivably meet or beat a 24. Kha'rack, I don't know what your, let me look at your deception. Yeah, no, you know what? One person, let me roll. She would have the possibility.
You know what? I'll go ahead. I mean, I'll try. I might as well.
Okay.
Don't need to, give everything away.
Go ahead, Luck.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I love to roll a 3. So.
Cool. So basically, I would. I think I'm just gonna say I think you should stop rolling this online roller. I think it's not. I think it's not your friend.
Not.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, you did in there.
It's great.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No. I'm surprised you can't see it. That's why.
I saw it earlier. I thought advantage, you saw it. Though.
Yeah. Did you get your fake advantage? Did you roll 2?
No, I did not.
Wait, if you're rolling it online, it's automatically doing it.
No, it's not. It just rolled the 1. I can see the die rolling.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So, in any event, Wappa, with your very good roll, you can tell that Zeely and Acid Frost know the name. That Cobalt wants you to think he knows the name. I'm actually going to say, because he had a 22, which is not far, you're not sure if that means he doesn't know the name, but you definitely know he wanted you to know he knows the name. Whether or not he actually knows the name is different, but yeah. And the rest of them, you don't think are familiar with Ziola at all. They must have drawn from different...
Then I want to turn to the others, not Zeely or Cobalt or Acid Frost, and be like, so did you all not meet Zeely? did you all draw cards too? Like how does it work that you all drew cards, but you don't know Zeely?
There's multiple decks.
Ziola, that's Sealy.
Sorry that you don't know Ziola. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know her, but Ziola. How do you not know Ziola?
No.
But you drew cards.
We tieflings, we have our own deck, so.
I mean, she was an Asimar, and I'm Goliath. That was weird. Like, but okay, he's and Acid Frost is dragon.
There are multiple decks.
You have your own deck for tieflings.
Well, it's a tiefling that gives them out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
She's lovely.
What was her name?
What was her name?
You definitely remember if you want to, but you don't have to say if you
yes,
want
no,
to. Her name is
Atonement.
Her name is Atonement.
Atonement.
Atonement. Interesting.
Upon saying that name, you hear the other tiefling, the one who led you here, Luck. Kha'rack, you know her as Restitution, but when he says Atonement, she just goes.
Do you know her?
No, but I don't like her name. I think it's stupid.
No disagreement here.
I mean, I think it's okay. It's fine. Everyone has their own. Yeah, it's fine. It's.
So then the rest of you, look, are we all not here to understand what has happened to us from these distributors of cards? Do you all have the same? Are you all familiar with either Ziola or Atonement? Or yes, you with the late mail and the axe.
Hi, we haven't met. Do you think maybe you're ruminating on, like, regret of greed of pulling a second card?
What? Oh, I mean, yeah, I would pull a second card if it was offered to me. I feel like, maybe, I don't know, whatever would be better for everyone. But
that would not be better for anyone. Don't.
No, I remember now. It wasn't you. It was you.
The point is,
I do regret drawing any card.
Mm-hmm.
You should all regret it as well. Even if you think you've been given a boon, rest assured the cards do nothing but destroy.
I mean,
I think it kind of saved my life, so.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's.
And what have you done with that life? He kind of turns to Kobold. What have you done with the card that saved your life? How did it save your life?
Well, I haven't killed the town with it, if that's what you're asking.
Yes, not yet.
I'll be aware before it happens.
Oh, will you?
Just kind of sit back on a gravestone.
So, you've done a lot of good with the gifts you've granted by this card, is that right? Helped a lot of people, have you?
What's it to you?
Suppose nothing is to me. I don't care about that, really. I'm trying to get you to understand that these cards are dangerous. And that this deck is dangerous. But it seems that none of you wish to join me in trying to stop them from making it.
I mean...
We know they're dangerous. They're just... How could we possibly stop... We couldn't even stop the things that happened to us. How could we stop an entirely new deck being made?
Because it
you don't
isn't
even
yet.
seem to know how many people are involved.
We can find out. I usually work alone. Shock of the century. But he's like, you won't help me? You don't wish to stop this deck?
Maybe if you, it seems like you don't have a good idea about even where to start.
Don't think so. I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll find the first card before it's finished, I will. And then I'll bring it, I'll summon you out here again, and you'll see. You'll see how I've saved you. None of you will help me? What's that?
I feel like you probably should have done that first.
would have thought that, having experienced what I have experienced, you would take this seriously. Fine. None of you. He kind of even looks at the other shadowy
Friend,
figures.
we haven't experienced what you have experienced. I'm sorry for your loss, but
Can I tell if he believes what he's saying?
Absolutely, you can do an insight roll.
Not great.
It's not great. Yeah, with a natural 1 and a +3, you have a 4. So it is not amazing. But you have just, he's too weird. You've never encountered a person who's like this kind of like he's kind of jumping all over the place and accusing you guys, and he does think that like you should all just be jumping into a quest with him. Yes, Cobalt?
How obvious is it like when I'm casting divination?
Well, your divination, and I was actually going to talk to you about this, I might allow you to cast your divination faster, because I think it's like what's the casting time on it? Do you have it?
Well, it's an action, but as a ritual would add 10 minutes onto it.
I think you can actually just cast it as an action at will, because there is you're actually going to be limited by it's only every 7 days, right?
Over 7 days, yeah, and then every time I do it without a long rest, then it becomes less possible that it's...
Right. Okay, no, yeah, you can do it at will then, for sure.
Then I'm just gonna close my eyes and I want to cast divination.
Great.
I'm just gonna the question I'm gonna ask is,
wait, it's going to be very obvious that you're casting divination, because if you close your eyes, those blue sparkling lodestones just go away, and the circle gets like 30% less hot just from that action.
I just look like I'm just like thinking.
Facts.
Oh no! Wait, Cobalt, you look like you're thinking deeply. Hotter.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Oh no.
We were told not to be idiots.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, here you are.
That's fair. That's a good point.
You know,
all right.
if you put a little dirt on your forehead, you get hotter. That should counteract the lack of the eye contact.
So Cobalt,
I'm like sitting back on like a gravestone and have I almost look like Rodin's the Thinker, you know? Like,
sure, yeah. Also, his eyes are not shining that far. The point is, go ahead and ask your question.
The question is just if I go help this guy, will that lead to like my imminent death in the next 7 days? Or like I don't know how aware I am of like, this is 7 days, you get this within 7 days, but like I'm more like, oh, like there's a certain like, you
you don't even have to say the 7 days part. Basically you're saying like, if I go to this, am I and the sort of, I feel like what happens for you with this card is, especially with those like eyes and stuff, it's kind of like, it's like this eye, this invisible eye on your forehead sort of opens up, and the answer you receive is to travel with this ranger is to face death at every turn. In other words, you've probably done this enough to know that it is saying danger rating high. You'll be going straight into danger with this person on this quest that he is proposing.
I guess Tenacity will she'll say, I will help you look, but not for long, and not that we could destroy something that powerful anyways.
Maybe this is just because I got here late, but did you all talk about like the cards and this feels like I kind of was thinking we were going to talk about the cards that we had and where they came from, and this like the whole new deck. Did all that get covered before I was here?
No, you missed nothing. You're good.
Okay.
It wasn't midnight yet, so we had not started talking.
Okay. It's a little
we sat here in
disappointing.
silence, and it was
A
awkward.
little bit. Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I do an insight on Acid Frost to see if what his like? Why is he so crazy about this?
Yeah.
Because he destroyed a whole ass town.
Right.
I mean, that is the answer.
This is 14.
14.
That's fair.
Yes,
that's fair. It seemed like it was a little much, but
you think that you get the impression that I'll even sort of make it a little less whatever than that. You have the impression that this man legitimately has seen a more powerful and destructive effect than any of you, and that has really skewed his view of these decks. You know,
do we know which deck he pulled from specifically?
He said, Tenacity, you actually do an investigation roll.
He knew Ziola, right?
He knew Ziola, so you know you don't have to roll super high on it, but we'll just have you try one. That one. He's been too weird. You're not sure. For all you can tell, he rolled from the Frost brand deck. It's what this guy's talking about. You don't know. But he, Wappa, you definitely think that his energy is that of someone who's like, you guys don't get how bad this is, and he's, upon meeting you, he's growing. His agitation is not only over the thing he's lost. He's clearly, he's kind of internalized that by now. It's that he just assumed you guys were all gonna come here doom and gloom and fully be on his side. That's what he thought.
We get that.
It's kind of unfortunate.
I think Luck actually brings up a really good point. Maybe tonight we can commiserate a little bit, talk about our experiences with this, and then maybe tomorrow come up with a concrete plan of how to address the potential of this new deck.
I'm not really interested in this new deck, but but yes, if it means that we can talk about the current decks, then I would be all right. Or I'd be down to meet the people that make these things.
What do we get?
Yeah. That's a good question.
What do you get? What you get is living on a world that is not destroyed.
This is a very wise person here.
He just kind of, if you do nothing, if no one does anything about this, then the world is destroyed. And for us to take this to powerful people, they won't care. They've not drawn the card. They don't understand. But it seems that you don't understand either. None of you do.
How do you know the world is going to be destroyed?
I said I would help you, man.
He says, what else could happen? What else could happen with random power unleashed like this?
I spied that Cobalt is a seer, and I expose him. Can I?
Well, you don't. You don't know what he has. He hasn't revealed that yet, so you do not know that part.
But don't I have investigation? Oh, you got to roll on investigation.
You got to roll for the stuff, but what you're trying to do, because he hasn't. Cobalt sat back and just kind of went into a thing. He didn't. That little thing he did, that was just in his mind. No one knows what his spell has been. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say all that out loud or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't know that yet.
Okay.
But as sort of they're saying here, I will say Kha'rack, sort of Restitution, who is known to you, she'll kind of look at you and say, "So you drew a card?"
No shit.
Quick question.
Yes.
Obviously, I don't know this, but since Kha'rack straight up killed a fucking guy and took his clothes, what state are the clothes in? Are they ripped or whatever?
I believe Kha'rack said there's a little blood on them, but you can't tell in the dark because it's black clothes, so
Okay,
yeah.
But that's it. They're not messed up besides that blood that I can't see.
No, probably just a couple of nice.
Yeah. I don't act like I'm someone of the cloth, but for
really, in Kha'rack's words, no shit.
No shit.
But yeah, sort of Restitution just kind of looks at you, and as you said that, and kind of just gives you a look and looks back.
I'd like to try to sidle up to. What was the teeth? You just said it and went right out my head. Restitution, yes.
Yeah, sure. The tiefling who brought you here, sure.
Yes. I just kind of whisper, and be like, "What do you make of all of this?"
I think that this is. I think this is foolish. But
I agree.
I also think we'll say that kind of Luck and Kha'rack and them are there, and maybe Wappa, you're still kind of trying to get something out of acid frost, and Cobalt, you're probably in the
acid reflux.
Acid reflux. Yeah. Zeely, what do you think you're doing? I'm gonna get to this in a moment. I just want to see where everyone is at the moment. Are you just kind of What is your take on this? This is surely not what you expected when you ventured so far.
I do not want to go, but I am not really. This would be my first outing as a paladin, and so I'm not really sure how people are supposed to choose their adventures, and so I think I might go along just to see if this is a thing, and maybe I'll step in if things do look like they could be dangerous for the world.
Understood. Basically, Restitution will sort of say as Luck is sort of sidling over, as Zeely's kind of here, considering that Tenacity is calmly explaining to the guy, I've said I'll go with you for a little while, why are you still yelling at me? As Restitution sidles to you, Luck, or as you sidle to her rather and ask that, her reply will be, I think that he is mad. He is talking of these magical cards that change your whole life. That is silly, isn't it? Impossible.
Wait, sorry. I have dark vision. I can't see that the clothes.
Well, dark vision won't actually. In dark vision, in this sort of stuff, you wouldn't see it's like all shades. You wouldn't see that there's, stains on.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like a big black cloak, and there's maybe a couple stab wounds somewhere. She might have positioned it so.
Okay.
The knife might have. Tell you what, Kha'rack.
No, it's fine.
Here we'll go.
Fine.
No. Let's go to this part. Kha'rack, give me. I want you to roll for your dagger. Okay. So you're gonna roll. It's your attack roll under actions. So you have a +6 to this roll.
Okay.
Let's just see how nicely you slipped this in there. You killed the guy no matter what. So just the higher you do, the less sort of slash and grab and stuff. Yeah.
20.
Yes, Tenacity. I would say the strikes were well done. That's after you added your 6.
No. So I'm at 26.
Shit.
Oh no, that was a natural 20. So yes, Tenacity. As it happened,
I got it.
Kha'rack. Kha'rack stabbed this person and twisted the knife so that the wound sealed. But definitely did some kind of
Breathes fire.
between the
cauterized it immediately.
between the stuff. Yeah, exactly.
I'm able to cauterize wounds immediately.
Lightning cauterized on the thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
disturbing.
Yeah.
Efficient. Clean.
Excuse me, efficient, more like it.
Or that.
But so sort of Restitution, just is kind of acting as if this is all sort of a stupid sort of thing, but is kind of looking at Kha'rack and will sort of say, at the same time, though, I do wonder if there is, it is possible there is some profit to be made in the mad ravings. Maybe he's heard something and he fears it, but there's actually something valuable, maybe.
That's the only reason I'd be in it.
I mean, I'd like to learn more, but I also don't mind making some coin.
Oh, so noble. In the meantime, just Acid Frost is just kind of sitting down and saying, "We'll talk about what cards you threw. Commiserate if you'd like to. Tell us or your sad stories if you want to. It's fine with me. Just maybe if you hear each other's stories, you'll understand how close you were to destruction, and you'll understand the danger here."
Do you even know where we should be looking to start?
Well, I do, but it is not information I'm going to give out so freely when I haven't even vetted you, because there's such resistance and there could be traitors among you. As I said, the designer of these cards could be here right now, hiding among you, couldn't they?
So you just want us to follow you blindly somewhere?
Well, yeah.
Wait, if you think one of us is the designers, why are you asking us for help?
Because.
Oh yeah.
But because I'm telling you that I've learned of this, and that if you help me, we can prevent a disaster. Forgive me. I do not.
I said I would help. I
I do not
You already
speak to
called me a
people
traitor,
very much.
don't you?
I see that.
If we help you, it's possible they can come after us. If we, yeah.
All the more reason to work together, to stand united, to seek these cards, to fight those who would know.
Do you know how to destroy a card?
How to destroy a card? Well, my thought is to destroy it before it is made. Before they can find the thing and finish drawing it. You see, for them to create the deck of long-lost things, they have to find the long-lost thing. They have to gaze upon the ruins or the hidden secret and put its power into a card. There are so many lost things of power in this world. But I know where they're starting.
But like what thing?
Well, as I said, I will not tell you that until we. If you're willing to come with me, once we get there, I'll tell you what we're looking for and trying to prevent them from finding the hidden, buried, ancient secret.
When do you leave?
Long lost.
Yes, long lost things.
No. Sorry.
When do you
yes, when
leave?
did you leave?
When did I leave?
No, when are
do
we
you
leaving?
leave?
Well, if you're coming with me. Good.
I'm debating it right now, but
see.
look,
If you'll join my
right now
quest-
you've told us very little. You asked us to take a deep dive of faith into a pool of who knows what. And I'm willing to maybe consider it, but not at this moment without more information. I'll consider it over the evening. I will talk to whomever I feel like. Perhaps I'll have a drink, perhaps a fight. But at the end of it, if I decide to join you, where would I meet you? When would you leave?
I would leave tomorrow. I would set out tomorrow.
If you can show me proof of anything that you've been saying, then I'll join you.
Proof, you say? Proof? It's magic. There's a little magic in this proof, you say. Very well. And he kind of like fishes into his pouch and is very kind of, moving, like doesn't want you guys to see anything. But he pulls out a little scrap. It seems to be a scrap of parchment. Roughly the size of a card. Roughly the size of like the kinds of cards that you've been saying. He says, you want to see proof? You want to see what these can do? Even their rough drafts. Then behold! And he throws the card down in the middle of this graveyard. There is an arcane flash. And for a moment you can kind of see that some image, almost like a drawing, that flashes to life for a moment. One of a terrible wizard. A cruel face. Clearly unholy intent. A wave of energy rolls out after it. Those of you who here can cast any spell, whether from species or I don't know if that counts for me, but you would have that at this point. Yeah. Now, that's another thing. Once you have first level, you kind of could do your sort of species spells. So yeah, those of you with any spell casting can tell that there is magic afoot. A wave of something. Is anyone in this group proficient in Arcana?
Me.
Tenacity, would you make an Arcana check while this happens? Won't have much mechanical impact, but
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
23.
Tenacity, your whatever studies you've done, this is one of those like confirmation bias things where you were like, I was just reading about this. But what you can tell, that whatever card he threw, whatever image was, and this wave of magical energy that rolls forth is clearly the energy of necromancy. Which makes sense, because suddenly, from the ground below, one hand, then another, then others, begin to stick up
Oh, no.
as undead things rise.
Did you know what this is going to do?
Do I, and I can talk with them?
Talk with what?
The dead.
The dead? You do speak their language, in fact, yes. So you can talk to them.
They have their own language. They have a dead. Just the dead.
The undead do have a language. I will tell you that not all of them have the ability to still speak. Like if you ever meet a ghost, you can converse with a ghost, or also sort of like
Okay.
liches and things. However, these kinds of sort of skeletons that are rising, these are
zombies. Yeah.
These are a little less loquacious given their lack of vocal cords. But it is at this point, welcome to the game, everyone. Let us for the first time, and I'm so worried about this group of 6 of you. Although, side note, I kind of am, because here's the thing. You guys are so much more powerful with your weapon focuses and all this stuff, but you still all have about, like, 9 hit points. So it's like, the paladin is also a glass cannon right now. You're all have no hit points and so much hitting power. So...
Glass cannon? I'm just glass. What are you talking about?
Well, no, you can do some damage. You can increase the DC of your spells. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. But at this point,
my glass stick.
Let us roll for initiative, my friends.
Oh boy.
11.
11.
Oh my gosh.
Can you see the rolls that I'm doing?
Yeah.
And is it helpful?
Is what helpful to see them?
Yeah.
I don't always have your tab open, so I don't always have their tab open. How do we?
I understand. I don't know how it works with the DM, so I was just wondering.
Yeah, I do see them, but they go array too fast. I'd love like a log of them. 4 for tenacity. Okay.
There's a log.
Oh, there is a log actually. Kobold, how'd you do?
8 total.
8 total. Here we go. So Kha'rack, you had a 3.
Yeah.
Well then. Okay. Okay. Luck.
2.
A 2.
Hey.
I was like, well, darn, the 3.
I'm so lucky.
All right.
Let's go, team.
12.
I'm so sorry. Erin's least favorite thing is happening. She's going first. All right, Zeely. Well, actually, in this case, Zeely, it is somewhat appropriate because this is kind of what you're here for. Fighting the undead is sort of your the name of your game. I'm gonna have the skeletons come in 2 waves, but it may not matter. You know what? It's gonna matter. Okay, great. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the skeletons emerge. Now, Kha'rack, you certainly can try to talk to them, and they actually will probably understand you if you talk, but right now they're just climbing up and they're just like, coming for you all, kind of just like, attacking. It seems like for whatever reason, many of them were buried with weapons, so they're kind of pulling weapons out and are kind of coming for you, in a pretty uncool way. Yes?
They need muscles. They need muscles to talk, but they don't need muscles to move.
It is an excellent point. The animation done by these necromancers, this is actually not the first time somebody's asked this. That's a very good question. The necromancers have cast a spell to animate, to kind of use their magic to make to make the bones move as if there was something behind it. They didn't spare the magic to give them speech. They didn't care to hear their thoughts.
What about sight and hearing?
Interestingly, they seem to just kind of perceive in a rough way. They do have, they don't have eyeballs necessarily, or they're kind of melting out, but they can perceive from where their eyes were, again, simply through magic. And they have a dark vision, which implies that it is a magical sight as opposed to a normal sight.
Okay, okay.
So, skeletons are going to rush forward. The skeletons are going to be coming at you guys I'm just going by order of who it is. Tenacity, a skeleton is going to rush you. The skeleton is going to roll for its very first and only attack, a 22 to hit you.
Yeah, man.
How many hit points do you have?
7.
Okay, so you just don't want me to roll high on this. Okay, I have rolled a 6. So that does mean that round 1, a skeleton climbs up, and before tenacity can do a thing.
Do I have any, because I'm, not immune, but, I'm good against necrotic.
Wait, you have resistance to necrotic damage?
Yes, yes.
This isn't. It's piercing damage. Shoot, sorry. Are
You son of a bitch.
Are you? I didn't think until I looked. Do you have the shield spell? Did you give yourself the shield spell?
No, I didn't.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because you said.
You're fine. Well, this is just how it goes. So this first skeleton has stabbed you, and tenacity is already sort of falling. Here's the cool thing for your tenacity: 7 hit points means if one of these Azamar helps you out, you're back to full. Like, they just got to do an action, you'll be fine. Okay. Skeleton 1 attacks tenacity. Skeleton 2 is going for... is coming for you, Luck. They don't like the tieflings.
Oh, God.
This skeleton, I am so sorry to tell you, hits with a 23. And deals you 4 points of piercing damage unless you can do something about it.
Why is it so high?
Yes. I'm going to spend a luck roll to impose disadvantage.
Well, I've already made the roll. You have to do that before they attack.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like lucky is different now. It's not a re-roll. They're targeting you. I will try to remind me whenever I'm about to attack you if you want to say, hold on, let me think if I want to use it.
Yeah.
But it is sadly a roll they cannot do. So you've taken 4 points of damage.
Yep.
The last one will come for you, Zeely. And when it doesn't matter, this one will roll a 17, which is, you have an AC of 18. So you, who could have taken the most pain, it bounces off. However, it is now your turn. There's a skeleton right in your face.
And who is close to me? Like, in the group?
Or you would have been closer to Tenacity and Wappa.
Okay, can I, swing my Labrys to hit?
You can't. She has cleave, by the way. This could go well. Yeah, go ahead.
Nice.
The one that's attacking me and
another one, absolutely. So go ahead and roll your attack. That will definitely hit its armor class, because you have a +6 to hit, so that's a 19. Go ahead and roll your d12. This one.
12.
Okay, max damage. So you cut, like, Zeely just, like, pulls out an axe and just slashes one totally in half. Roll again for the next one. That will also hit. You roll again. If you can roll a 12, that would be really good. A 6 is pretty good. So basically, you see Zeely, like, the tieflings, of course, Tenacity and Luck kind of, like, falling down. You see Zeely just, like, carve through. One skeleton is destroyed. The other is, kind of, like, kind of cut pretty bad, almost in half. It's still up, but it is low. At this point, Wa'apa, it is your turn.
Okay, so there's still one by Tenacity, is that correct?
There is the one by Tenacity and one by Luck.
All right, great. I'm going to go...
Oh, you know what? One of those would have been the one Zeely took out. The one by Tenacity has been damaged.
It's been damaged, but not dead.
Not dead, correct. Yeah.
All right, great. I'm going to go by the one by Luck.
Okay.
I'm going to attack it, and I'm going to... if I hit it, I'm going to push it 5 feet away.
Perfect. Go for your attack.
It's going to be an 18 to hit.
Hits.
Going to be, one reroll. 8 points of damage.
Great. Okay.
And then I push it 5 feet away from Luck.
It is pushed away.
And then I'm going to run over to the one by Tenacity. I'm going to hit it with my bonus action.
Love it.
That's going to be a 22 to hit. Or clear all that. Boom. Ooh, nice. 10 points of damage.
That destroys that skeleton. So Tenacity and Luck kind of like before they were even up, just these things come at you, attack. But now Wappa and Zeely are chopping, going. Restitution actually is going to take a turn here as well.
Can I also...
Yeah.
Are there any other skeletons out there? Or
there are 3 other skeletons emerging, yeah.
Are they surrounding us, or are they, like, in a line in front of
They're
us?
more... It's more, like, coming up from the ground all around you, like some within, some without.
Okay.
So,
I would like to interpose myself between... I suppose tenacity, since she's the most
Sure,
hurt.
tenacity
and whatever,
understood.
whatever the closest one is.
Love it. Absolutely, you do so. Okay. Restitution will come and take a swing at just kind of one of the. We'll go for the one that you pushed away from luck to just sort of a thing. Okay, well, that's a nat 20. I'm rolling really well with this dice tonight, by the way. So I'm going to say that tenacity will, between sneak attack and everything, will just kind of, like, destroy that one pretty seriously. And say... Restitution, sorry. Tenacity's on the... So sorry. Restitution's like, oh, this is very... I didn't know it was going to be a fun night after... She kind of gives Kha'rack a look like, oh, we're getting... It's a fun night after all. This is great. Cobalt, it's your turn.
I am going to. How far is the closest one to me?
Probably 10 feet.
Then I'm going to stand up from where I am and just try and hit it with my glaive.
Okay.
Which has a 10-foot reach.
I love it.
That'll be an 11 to hit.
Sadly, the 11 does not hit.
All right.
As you kind of go, it's just kind of you kind of go where the bones were rattling and didn't quite make it. All right, that one is going to attack you back. It's going to move in on you. Because now it's the skeleton's turn. That will be a... Oh, God, I'm rolling really well with this die tonight, guys. I'm very sorry. I said in this game, I am never going to fudge rolls at all. I will often fudge rolls, and at level 1, I probably should be, but I said for this one, I'm not.
Yeah, I think so.
We're doing a D&D.
When did you say that?
No,
I didn't hear that.
To
when
myself.
did you say that?
I just said that to myself.
Feel like
this
that's
one
true.
we're going.
I don't.
Okay,
yeah, that doesn't feel.
No,
that's not my.
doesn't
that's
feel
not
right?
my fault
Yeah,
experience.
I don't know about
that's
that.
That's not my fault.
You know what?
experience
I
at all.
said to myself that I have 100 HP. That's it.
Yeah,
Six.
you know, I promised myself
There you go.
I would never
the same
miss,
thing.
so-
6
That's
damage
so
to you,
weird.
Cobalt.
All right.
Next one is going to come for will come for Wa'apa, or kind of maybe Tenacity or Wa'apa.
Sure.
Do you see what it is? Can you look and tell them what that is?
Wait, did I get my turn or no?
No, you're 2 in initiative.
The skeletons went twice?
I said I'm breaking the skeletons into 2 groups.
Oh, I
There's-
see. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
2 ways.
Just so it wasn't just
Perfect.
6 of them attack you before you guys do anything.
I see. Okay.
Do you
great.
see what it is? Can you tell them what it
Did,
is?
did you nat
Yes.
20 me?
That's a nat 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey!
It's not.
It's
She's
because
lying
I'm.
dead.
It's because.
It's a nat 20.
Oh.
She's trying to be kind. So, a nat 20 means... How many hit points do you have, Wappa?
9.
You have 9. Okay, so you're down. Because on the way we're doing nat 20s is it's max damage on the die, then you roll the die again. They have a +3, so that is... Wappa, you are down.
Cool.
Cool. This fight against some skeletons that I thought was going to be chill to start off. I'm rolling
Not
too
chill.
good. I do apologize. All
Not
right.
chill.
Not so much.
Last skeleton. I'm gonna have him come to Zeely just because that seems like let's just, or Kha'rack. Well, actually, I'll do evens, Zeely odds, Kha'rack. Evens go to Zeely. There we go. This one actually is gonna hit you. Rolls an 18 on the die, so that is a +5 for a 23, and does max damage. You take 9 points of damage as this skeleton manages to just get right into your armor. So you have 2 hit points left, but you're up.
I am up.
So, friends and neighbors.
Our tank has 11 hit points.
Level 1.
The skeletons, there are 3 skeletons left. And we have 2 down and 3 injured. At this point, Tenacity, go ahead and roll your first death saving throw. If you roll a nat
Why?
20...
Why? Wait, why? I have 1 HP.
You have 1 HP?
I have 1.
Yeah.
Oh!
You took me down.
I thought I dropped you. Okay, great. It's your
No,
turn.
I had 7. It did 6 damage.
Kill someone.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Or bring me back.
Can I? I don't have any healing.
She's
so.
not a healer. She's
I
yeah.
don't know.
Okay, Tenacity.
I guess Sorceress Burst.
Sorceress Burst. That is probably a very good thing to do now. For those learning about the game here, Sorceress Burst basically is a cool
I love this.
new spell. Do
What?
you pick the
Cantrip.
It's a great spell.
It's a very
great
fun
spell.
one. You cast Sorcerer's Energy at one object or a creature, so go ahead and make your ranged attack. It is a +6 to hit.
That's still just.
When you
D20,
roll the
right?
max, when you roll
D20.
max on the damage die, you get
explodes.
to re-roll. It explodes.
It's an exploding
Super
thing.
fun.
17.
That's so
You're going to
good.
hit, so go ahead and roll your D8, and you really. Oh, and what kind of damage will this be? It kind of.
Fire.
It's kind of just for flair. Fire. Okay, just light these skeletons of flame. Actually, hold on a second.
Or psychic, if that's better.
No,
but-
skeletons are not immune. Your fire's perfect. Go for it. Okay, so as you throw fire at it, roll a d8. Please roll an 8. It would be really cool to roll an 8.
Can I use lucky?
You can actually use lucky to give yourself advantage on any roll,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Any roll or just any d20 roll?
Hold on, let me look.
I think it's D20.
There's something
it's
that you can do to do. Hold on, I think you may have something. that
D20
lets you...
D20 test roll. It's a D20 test roll.
Womp
Sorry.
womp.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Advantage or disadvantage, but D20.
I'll just roll the d8 then.
Okay.
7.
7. Oh, that's like the worst because it's like so close. So you light one of them on fire in a rather impressive way. Well done. Kha'rack, there is one skeleton that has been damaged. There are 2 others that have not been damaged. One of them's attacking Zeely. One of them's attacking Cobalt. One of them's on fire over Wa'apa. So, what would you like to do, and which one would you like to attack, basically?
I'll attack the one on fire.
The one on fire. Cool. Just take it off the board. Go ahead. So you're going to roll a d20, and you get to add your +6 to this because you are a terrifying. Yeah.
6.
6. You rolled a 6 on the die.
Yeah.
Understood. That is unfortunately a 12.
Yeah.
Which is, and these have an AC of. Sadly, these have an AC of 13. These wiry skeletons. You are so close, but you're not able to do it. However, you can make an offhand attack. You can make another attack. You won't do as much damage, but you can still swing for one. So go ahead and roll another d20. Try it again with your other hand.
Oh, other hand. 12.
On the die?
Yeah.
So that gets you to an 18. This one hits. So I'm even going to say we'll say there's an ally within 5 feet somewhere, so you're going to get your sneak attack. So roll your d6, the normal traditional square. Roll 2 of those. Yeah.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah,
it's
you're on
me.
the ground.
Oh, wait.
You're incapacitated, so it shouldn't count, but we'll say there's someone somewhere. It's fine.
You said roll 2 of those?
You get to roll 2 of them. One for your sneak attack, because you haven't done it this turn, and the other for this. You still won't get to add your ability modifier, because it's the offhand attack. But you do get to roll the sneak attack, since you didn't get to use it the first round.
Okay, which one am I doing first, though?
Just both 2 d6s, so, and we'll just add them together.
Oh.
Yeah.
3.
3, okay.
1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2. Okay, so a total of 3. So yes, sadly, the on fire one, you've cut it a little, and you maybe the reason you missed is because it's on fire, and you're like, ow, you're kind of like, dang. So that one is very low, but still up. That brings us to Luck. Luck, you're low on hit points. There's 1 in very bad shape and 2 still up. What would you like to do?
At first, I shall cast our Armor of Agathis.
Oh, love it.
Um,
Very apt thing for now.
And then there's no one that is near me, correct? Because Wappa.
The one that was near you was pushed away and then destroyed by restitution, correct?
Ah, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and back up, just slowly walk backwards.
Okay.
About 20 feet, and then I'll think about it, and then I'll walk back another 10 feet.
Further, yeah.
And
sure.
then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on the whomever looks the weakest.
Okay, there's one that is on fire and fairly cut up, so you can hit would certainly eliminate it.
I am not using my item, so this is going to be a +6 to hit.
Oh, understood. You haven't pulled out the.
Why am I not using that item? The one.
Yes, sadly, your Eldritch Blast goes wide. Okay. Well,
and I swear to myself,
we're gonna die tonight, Wappa.
Am I able? Oh no, is donning it a bonus action? I think it is.
Donning it, I think, unless it says on the item, I would just say that's like because it's a mask and not like a thing. I'd say that's an interact with object.
I'm going to swear, like a sailor, like a real horrible swear, in every language I know, including and especially in the silent speech.
Okay. Sure.
And then put the
Real
mask
gestures. Perfect. Okay, you put the mask on. You got it for next time, at least. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. That is Luck's turn. The good news is the skeletons are down, so this means you can go again. There are two of them kind of close to each other if you wanted to attack, to try another cleave shot. One stabbed you, but you could cut through that and maybe cut into the weak one on fire if you wanted to.
And then, can I do this as a bonus?
Oh, yeah. I think you really should do that, actually. I think it's a good time for that, in fact.
Okay, I would like to...
But you do that after you roll, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and just make your roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
A 19 plus 6.
19 plus 6, so as a bonus action, you're going to cast what?
Divine Smite.
Divine Smite, yep, there we go. Throw some Divine Smite on top of it. So just go ahead and, in addition to that, roll this.
I get another one.
It's undead. You're right. You do get another one. You get 3. So sorry. and this. Okay, so that is 8 plus 8 plus 7.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
So that one is
23.
obliterated in just like a burst of like radiant light. Roll this again. The D20 again on the other one over there. That definitely hits, so now you get to roll that part. What did it?
5.
5. You take it out. It only had 2. So basically, Zeely then casts a spell, a Divine Smite, which now Paladins can do at level 1, so it's just a level 1 spell, bonus action, and carves one in half. I'll even say that the second one you didn't need it, but we'll say some of the divine energy from the cleave carries over to that one too, and they're just both like burst apart. Now there is only one remaining. But first, Wapaino, give me a death saving throw.
Yeah, that's the thing. The failure.
Ooh.
Wapaino's like, ugh, on the ground. It's not going well. Cobalt, you're up.
Gurgle.
There's one left.
Is this the one that was attacking me?
Yes, in fact, the one attacking you.
Then I will try and attack it.
Love it.
That will not hit. That's a 4 on the
Bad
die.
news. Restitution is here and is going to attack the thing. Restitution misses. So now it has 2 people in melee with it. So Cobalt, you'll be evens. Restitution will be odds. I have rolled an odd, so it's going to attack Restitution. And it will hit and deal Restitution 6 points of damage. All right. Tenacity. There is 1 skeleton left.
Fire burst.
Sorceress burst. Let's do it. Make your attack roll.
Plus 6, 16.
16 will hit. Go ahead and roll that d8. Get an 8.
8.
8. Roll the d8 again.
5. 3.
3?
Yeah.
It's taken 11 points of damage. It has 2 left. Very sorry. It's very on fire, in bad shape. Kha'rack, can you finish it off? And then I know you'll probably have to head out. So
Wait. So
there is 1 skeleton left. It is very badly
yeah.
burned. All it needs is for someone to... Honestly, if you can just land one of your daggers, it will be dead. And then the fight will be
really?
over. Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking with my daggers that I'm not going to be able to do anything. Okay, so what am I rolling?
So you're going to roll your d20 to try to hit it.
Balls, 3.
Okay, but you have your offhand attack, which is the good news. So roll again.
16.
16 plus your 6 is 22. It only has 2 hit points. If you'd like to, you can roll 2d6 just to see how much damage you did, how much overkill you did. But it's kind of,
Jesus, 4.
4 total. So you only needed 2, so you got it. So basically, Cobalt, like, the thing, like, is just coming for you again. You try to hit it, you can't. But then it lights on fire from behind, and Kha'rack kind of comes up, stabs at it, and again, Kha'rack, it's like that first hit, you're like, too hot. But you manage to just kind of flick your offhand, and that does knock its head off. And with that, all the skeletons are still. And, in the side... Oh, also, Wa'apa is on the ground, so I would allow... either Zeely or Cobalt
Yeah, I will go do my healing hands.
Okay, cool. You do a healing hands of the thing. So, as Wa'apa Ino is immediately restored by Cobalt.
Do we get him?
Yes.
As this happens, suddenly a voice booms out sort of from the side. The one who did all this, he'll sort of say, your good friend Acid Frost will go, and that card was only a rough draft.
Fuck you.
So you understand what we're dealing with.
I feel like you could have just shown us the card.
She said she needed proof.
Sorry, guys.
Showing the card could have been enough proof.
Yeah.
I feel like
A
you
little
went from
excessive.
0 to 100 real fast.
Also, thanks for helping us in that whole scenario.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be convinced. I knew the dangers that we face.
If we had died, then you have to find a whole new group.
I can heal you. I have healing spells. None of you are that badly hurt. You can just sleep it off. You'll be totally fine in the morning. We leave at dawn.
Well, I want to help you less now.
It's giving real.
Wappa walks away. He leaves this fucking graveyard.
Yeah.
He's
Communication is very important.
to the nearest tavern.
Yeah. I'm going. I will follow you.
You're gonna head to Thieves' Point.
He said first he goes to Cobalt and goes like, "Hey, thank you, appreciate you. If you need something, I got you. You got one." And then he walks off to the fucking nearest tavern.
Who goes to the tavern?
Before I go to I will be going there, but I would like to just go and shake, just like go to Acid Frost.
Okay.
Burn, and just shake his hand. Just give him just like no hard feelings, and then give him some 5 points of cold damage.
Fair enough.
No hard
let me
feelings.
see the,
No hard feelings. Fuck you.
well, I think he has to hit you with a melee attack, right?
Oh, I mean, it's up
No,
to you.
I'll allow it. That's fine. Tell you what, do a let's have you roll like do an Arcana check, or if you could, or like a Constitution check if that's better for you.
No, it's 13.
I'll say a 13. You can kind of hit him with that. Let me check what a Frostbrand does again. Does it go? I think Frostbrand doesn't protect you against cold. Weirdly, I think it only protects you against
Heat.
heat. So yeah, he'll kind of like snarl as you.
Yeah, it's okay. You have healing spells, and then I'll turn and walk away.
Perfect.
Yes.
Dig.
Yes. I don't know if Wappa sees that, but if he does, big fan of luck.
Who
right
else?
now.
Who else heads off immediately to the tavern in Thieves' Point?
I leave, but not towards the tavern.
Understood.
These tiefling names, man, they're so hard to remember.
That's so interesting because I find them so much easier to remember than just like lines of letters.
Temerity, what's her name?
Hers is there. You can see it's tenacity.
No.
Restitution?
It's the other.
Oh, restitution.
Restitution.
Yes, restitution. Yeah, I love that. They're like, Andrew, you can see the name.
I thought you were talking about KJ's character.
Andrew, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I thought we weren't doing idiots. Is she heading off? I'll start walking there, but I kind of want to just see if she's like.
She seems to be like moving in that direction, so she's kind of like lingering. She's kind of waiting to. Cobalt, what are you doing?
Okay.
I'll wait for a couple minutes and then I'll head to the tavern.
Head that way. What about you, Zeely?
What is Cobalt doing?
Cobalt is waiting a moment, but then he'll walk to the tavern.
I mean, I don't feel great. Like I made half my health, so I'm just like, well.
Oh, what's it like to have half your health?
Pretty great. I think I have the most hit points out of anyone right now, so it's like max hit points, that is.
I'm just gonna go find shelter where I can pay for sleep.
Yeah, that would be Thieves' Point, certainly. Tenacity, what about you?
I'm still going to try and help you tomorrow. but that was one more weird thing like that, and I'm done.
You'll face much
Just
graver
just
dangers.
use your words. It's not the dangers. You could have just said, "Hey, look, here's the." You didn't have to. That was a lot. I had already said I was going to help you, and then you did that. So that was the one. That everyone gets one, and that was your one.
Everyone gets one.
Okay, so
Really good.
I will see you tomorrow, and then she will go to the tavern.
Understood. So yeah, at this point, once she sort of sees everyone going that way, Restitution will also sort of go towards Thieves' Point. Kha'rack, however, is not. So you go that way too, Luck, if Restitution goes there?
Yeah. And if Zeely, does Zeely look okay?
Zeely has 2 hit points, so Zeely's, looking rough. But Zeely also, like, if you want to, you could either do a lay on hands on yourself or a healing hands or cast Cure Wounds. So you have many ways of just kind of healing yourself if you chose to.
I would choose to do that in private.
Understood. So she looks, I guess she probably looks like injured, but like she's not worried about it, if that makes sense.
I'll see. I'll offer her a hand if she needs it, and if she doesn't want it, then I'm going to get a drink.
Like literally?
Yes, literally, like I'm holding it. My hand is out.
Well, it is now.
Okay. I see how this is going. Okay. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good luck with your bleeding. It's fine. No, it's great. I need a drink. Goodbye.
Good.
Thank you.
So as you all head to the village, I know that you were trying to get off here, Melina, but everyone but Kha'rack heads to the village. Kha'rack, where do you go?
I go to the water.
You go to the water. All right. Kha'rack, are you just kind of going to closest, kind of fastest to the shore? Won't take you long at all.
I want to go to the shore. I want to sleep on the beach. Wash my hands and sleep on the beach. I got burns.
Understood. So Kha'rack will... who washes off her daggers in the surf and her burns and sleeps on the beach. And with that, we will end our first chapter. Something was lost in the shuffle today. Seemingly, it was the quest itself, but that is how we've started. Thank you all. This was very fun. We will be back next week to see how this team, who decides to join this mission and under what requirements they will do so. But we'll be back next week to see how this all comes together. I'm very excited for this group. There's a very, very interesting kind of mix of people here, and excited to see how this comes together. We have some other games on the channel. Very quickly, I'll brief you on those. On Friday night, you can join us for Blood from a Stone. Dan, you're finally back in Blood from a Stone this week, right?
Yeah, baby.
You missed the Dominatrix dungeon, but you'll still,
If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's you being there for everything kind of makes me feel like you're there for nothing.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so profound. Man, we need a new tiefling named Profundity after that. On Sunday, come and join Jed and Andrew. Jed, you missed some serious hashing it out between Buteroses.
Oh yeah, you did.
And
you
did. But the good news is you're all on the same page now, and neither Buteros Neither Buteros just gave up and lied in order to smooth things over. I'll say that Shishu didn't just say you're right and I'm wrong so they could move on. That didn't happen. That's good.
That totally tracks to me. Yeah.
So join us for that on Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. On Monday, join us for the Dreamlands. Right now, the vote is between fries and salad, and as KJ put it in the Dreamlands Downtime chat, you will never get me to vote for salad. That is, I believe, how you phrased your opposition.
I stand by it.
So there you go. So join us for that. And then a week from tonight, we are back with Chapter 2 of The Deck of Long Lost Things. Some classic D&D. Sure enough, I'm here complaining about how overpowered all these characters are, and it was rough because I was rolling well, and at level 1, you have no hit points.
See?
So there we go. So thank you all. That was very fun. Go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, and our wiki to see how all these games fit together. Follow all these wonderful people on their socials. If anyone would like to plug anything they're up to on social, they can do so now.
Tomorrow at 12:30, I will be playing some more. Thank goodness you're here with our very own Pierce.
There you go.
So please tune in. It is a very funny and very strange and very interesting game. It has taken a turn for the weird, with talking meat, and it's like a little bit of like a horror thing and very fun. It's great. It's hilarious.
It sounds bizarre. So, and Matt Berry's in there somewhere.
Tomorrow at Andrew's Trying on Twitch.
Perfect. Anyone else? Well, great. Well, thank you all. This was very fun. I appreciate it. I haven't landed on our outro yet. I haven't landed on what I say to take us out yet on this one. Because it's deal me in is how I'm starting.
You said you were gonna...
Yeah,
I know. I said no. That's why I'm saying I've been thinking about it, but I didn't land on one. So I am going to say that until next time, make sure you don't bust. Nope. Wait. Nope. Make sure that that would be worse actually. Let's just go with what's a card term? When in doubt. I got it. Never mind. Until next time, go fish.